Alright guys, this is Nicholas Walker. Welcome back to yet another Minecraft video of mine, and today we are on the nation server right here, and this is where I built my little villager breeding system. And I've been getting quite some requests on how to build this, so I'm gonna show you how I built this one, because it has some changes in it and it also works in 1.7.2 as I'm in right now, and it should work in the following releases and before as well. But I built this myself and I got some inspiration from a tutorial from Tango Tek, but that's it. And when I built his design, this didn't really work out. No villagers would breed, but when I built my design, everything was perfect. So I want to show this to you, and let's hop on into a creative world so we can build this. Okay, we are right here in this creative world, nothing in here, but now we are going to go over the basics of the villager breeder. Okay, so I would recommend going up 6 blocks in the air at least if your villagers will be down here, just because of one simple reason. If you put a villager up here and don't have any adjacent blocks which are like this, the villager will likely jump down if there's something like this, but if there's nothing he could jump down to, he won't jump down and thus escape. And that is an important thing in my design, which I noticed, because if you would place the doors just like this, 6 doors, I'm gonna come to that in a moment. If you would place railings all around here, I figured that it didn't really work out, and I don't know why. However, this is how I did it and it works perfectly fine. The villager stays up here. Alright, so you wanna do a 2x3 platform just like this, with doors facing like this. Doesn't really matter how to place them, but then you place 2 blocks in front, and if you're unsure how villager breeding works, just place them like this, the door right next to the block right there. Then you can go down and then add in your little room right here where you have your villagers inside. This is really basic, however this is already an infinite breeding station. So when you have your villager up here, this will be the trigger for every other villager to breed, and if we put 2 or more in here, more will increase the chance that they will breed pretty soon. But they first need to have their time to see that there's actually doors and a village nearby, and then they will likely start to breed. As you can see, hearts popping up there, and soon we will get many baby villagers in there. But that's how it works pretty much. Okay, so as you can see, still breeding, and there's already a baby down there, so it is all working. This could be used to get more villagers for your system in case you want to have more, and this is pretty much all you need to know about this. These 6 doors are going to represent that there are 2 not so many villagers as they would like to have, and then this villager position and this right down there is going to force them to breed, and thus you'll get children. Alright, so let's start building. So the important thing is, if you have wooden doors or even a village nearby, it could potentially mess up your system. So either way, you set your render distance so far and go away until you cannot see that anymore. So that should be like 100 blocks or so, I'm not really sure, but when the chunk unloads, everything is perfect. Then you can start building right here. When it unloads, it's still not unloaded, so that's quite some areas, but now it's away, so you could start building here, or you would just go back and knock out all these doors, either out of the village or out of your houses, because that can really mess up your system. And you could, for example, use trapdoors, fence gates, so many different design ideas. Doesn't have to be these wooden doors, and they also get broken by zombies, so wooden doors are a no-go in your world if you want to build this. And now I pretty much messed it up, but that should not be a big deal. Alright, So now let's begin building this. We knock out these doors right here, and we should also kill these villagers so they do not interfere with our system. And that is also important. If you have villagers nearby, kill them or transport them to the nether or a couple of 100 blocks away until you cannot see that village anymore, because as I said, it's gonna mess up your system. Alright, so let's go and start building. Alright, so this villager breeder is extra designed to only give you the adult villagers, not the baby villagers, which are not really useful to trade with, and only when they grow up you'll get them through a water stream. So let's begin building. Finally, you want to place a block right there with redstone on top of it, just like that. Then have a piston right there with a block, and then you want to place a button, either a button or, to make it even better, a daylight sensor goes on top of this block right here. This is going to power the piston, then another block there, and a repeater on 4 ticks, so on the maximum delay. And then you want to go ahead and have another block there with a torch on top of it like that. And then you want to have other blocks just like this, and then again redstone on top of these. So in the end you should have something that looks somewhat like this. I'm just gonna pause for a moment so you can check, and there's redstone on top of there. Alright, so to go on, you are just gonna add in another block here with a torch right on top of that. That should turn off if you are not building this at night. So if you're building this at day, this should turn off. Then a sticky piston, just like this. Excuse me. There needs to be a block here and a repeater on 0 ticks or on normal delay, and a sticky piston with a glass block in front. Doesn't have to be lime, I'm just using this for the sake of this video so you can better see it than using normal glass. Okay, and then what you want to do is just place another piston there and another glass block there. Then you're gonna go to this piston right here, which is not retracted, which is not powered, and then you want to go ahead and make a little L just like this. So an L shape like this going to this side. Or you can also mirror the design, and then you have to build it like different, just like this one but mirrored. Okay, so now the thing is, your villagers are gonna stay in here, so you need to encase it like that, then go down here just like this, and then you have your encasement like that, and then the babies are going to go right into here. So now you should have something that looks like this. Then the adult villagers are gonna stay in here, and the baby villagers are gonna get into there. But you might ask yourself how. So let's just add another layer of blocks right there so they cannot escape. So if we hit this button, or if we destroy this redstone so it is not powered anymore, and then put it there, you should see that, come on, hit this button. Okay, there we go. So you should see that, wait a sec, if you put the daylight sensor there, let me check. Normally it should power the repeater next to it. No, it doesn't. Okay, then you have to add in the daylight sensor just right here. Sorry about that, but I'm just building this off of my mind pretty much. Okay, so daylight sensor like this, and it all should work pretty fine. And if we now test it by destroying that redstone, nothing happens. But if you look at it closely, I'm trying to get a good angle, you see that this piston retracts first, then this piston pushes out the glass block, which pushes these villagers into this corner, and then we need another block here so they cannot escape. And then this piston pushes them back in here, and then they're gonna stay in here. However, the adult villagers are not gonna take any damage if you build this out of glass. Don't build it out of solid blocks, otherwise they will suffocate, and then the one tall babies will go in there every other day. So this triggers every 10 minutes, no, every 20 minutes, yeah, around that. And villagers also need exactly 20 minutes to grow up, so this will likely trigger first, then they grow up, and then when you have them in here, you can just take out a sign like that and put it right on here, or on this side, or on this side. Remember not to put it on this side, because then the piston's gonna destroy it. And then just grab out your water bucket like this, and then last thing to do is pretty much go up again with your blocks, just like that. I'm just going up 3 blocks maybe, yeah. You don't really have to have the same height as I do. However, it would be recommended, or I recommend you to build it a little bit higher, because if it's still in 50 block range of these villagers, they will still breed. And if you build it a little bit higher up in the sky, no zombies will spawn here, and they will also not drop down. And you don't need a safety border or railing or anything like that. So just build it like this, and then you should be good. Also, the position doesn't really matter if you just build it on top of here. I just build it like this if you are interested, and then place your wooden doors like so, and then the blocks right there. And then if we grab some villagers out of here, put one there and a couple in here. You could start with 2 villagers, but then if you want to stock up on more villagers in here, and this is okay, we need to build this 1 block higher, otherwise he will jump down likely. So let's build it 2 blocks higher. So as you could see, this was the case where they just jump down, and then it's not gonna work because no villager is up here. So that's what I meant the entire time, so now you know. And let's place another one here, and now he shouldn't jump down. And let's quickly kill this one so he doesn't interfere with the other villagers. Hell, he's fast. Okay, you dead. So now these villagers will at some point see that there's doors nearby that they need to breed for, so there are more villagers. And then these doors, yeah, let's go over it one more time. These doors are 6 doors, and there are 2 villager positions. These villagers all count as 1 villager, as they are on the same block right there. And as you can see, hearts popping up fairly soon. A baby should be getting there. We can check in a moment. And this one is there, and this one down there. So this means that those 2 are there, but if you divide 6 by 3, you end up with 2, and then it's gonna breed baby villagers, and then they'll get in here, and then you can do everything you want with them. In case they grow up, you can just place some other blocks here to transport them, just like so. Make a tunnel, and you can store them pretty much wherever you want. And remember to only have source blocks if you're using water for transportation. So source block there and another one here, and then you can transport them wherever you want, to your trading bay, whatever, or to a death chamber, I don't know. And if you're getting overpopulation, normally if you would place a piston right here, it would deactivate. For some reason it doesn't on my server, at least. But if it should come to an overpopulation, you can still add in some safety features, just like this one. Just place a piston right here, which lets them fall to their death, or something like that. Be creative with cruel methods. And then you could just place a lever down here, so you can control that easily when they are going to die and when they aren't. And then, for instance, they will fall on a cactus. Or you can also use lava if there's no wood nearby. Think of that, no wood nearby. and then you should be safe. I had wood nearby and my entire trading bay burnt down, so now I use a cactus and that also works fine. And then just have your lava down here, not water but lava, and then you should be good with safety measurements. And then you can hit this, and then they are just gonna fall in there, or otherwise they will, yeah, just travel on through. So let's see if we've got a baby in there yet. Doesn't seem like, otherwise we would see it down there, but they have hearts right now, so I'll meet you when they made a baby and then we can check out how it works. Okay, 2 minutes later, they made a baby right in there. It is day again, and this machine just triggered, but we can make it trigger once again by just destroying this redstone right here. And now, as you can see, the baby is right down there, and if we hit it, there you go. There's your baby in there, and once he will grow up, he'll end up in this water stream. Remember to make it too high so he doesn't, so he cannot walk out and all that other great stuff. So now he's in here, and once he grows up, we can just demonstrate that. Just spawn one in there, then we'll swim up and then go to the location wherever you want him to be. Now he's currently fighting the current, but he shouldn't be able to if you make this system like this with a roof on top so he cannot swim, and then he'll go into your trading bay or wherever you want him to be. Alright, so one last thing I would like to mention about this is if you are building this and only have 2 villagers in here and 1 villager in there, you can easily get them up with a water elevator or by minecarts. And if you want to have these villagers stocking up, you can just place a lever right here. I also did that in my nation world, and then you can just power this and then it will constantly be powered and this will not trigger, so the babies will all grow up in there, and then you'll end up with a bunch of these. And then that should be it for today. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. As I said, this is inspired by Tango Tek's design. This redstone, I made it a little bit different, but it's basically the same mechanics that babies get pushed out. And this is pretty much all that's to it. So if you build this and if you like this video, please make sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, and then I'll see you next time. Bye bye. I completely forgot to mention that the villagers will stop spawning if you do not transport them away. It is like 20 blocks and then you're on the safe side, so better transport them a little bit further away, or else this spawner will not work. But now it should be working. So again, thanks for watching and bye bye.